Hello, this is Dr. Mercola, and today I'd like to talk to you about a very important topic, omega-3 fats. You know, it's pretty much undisputed. Most every expert will agree that we all need these fats in our body. They're what's called essential fats. That means your body doesn't make them, so you have to consume them from the outside. And there's a lot of confusion on this topic, and I'd like to really help clear up some of that confusion today. So it's important to understand that there's basically two types of omega-3 fats. One's from plants, and one from animals. The ones from plants have a fatty acid called ALA, and that's an 18-carbon fat, and that is essential, and we all really need that. There's a number of different ways that you can get this. The primary way is from flaxseed, but there are other plant-based fats that can be used, such as hemp seed, chia seeds, and others that have these fats, and ideally you'd want to get them fresh from the whole seed. My particular favorite is flax seeds or chia seeds, and I tend to grind them fresh, ideally best to get them organically, and grind them fresh right before consuming them. I either put them in a Miracle Whey protein shake with some raw eggs and have those, or with the chia seeds. So the other way, though, is that you could take it as a processed oil. I tend not to recommend that as much. I mean, you have to be really, really careful on your supplier of that, because one of the challenges with omega-3 fats is they have double bonds, a large number of double bonds in the molecule, and these double bonds are really susceptible to being damaged. They can be oxidized, and as a result of that oxidation, when they're exposed to air, they become rancid, and then they're not going to perform the function that they need to give you and your family the health that you deserve. So that's why I like to get them fresh. And we all need plant-based omega-3. The problem, however, is that some experts are recommending and promoting that we can get all of our omega-3 fatty needs from plant-based, and I disagree with that. And if you don't share this concern, then I would strongly encourage you to go to the literature, go to the science, and review it and analyze it yourself, and then make a decision. Don't rely on someone that tells you that omega-3 fats from plants are all you need. And the primary reason, and it's just simplified, is that there's an enzyme. See, the animal-based fats have a higher order carbons in them. They have EPA, which is a 20-carbon fat, and then there's DHA, which is 22-carbon. And your body does have the metabolic machinery to make this conversion. It's primarily done through an enzyme called delta-6 desaturase. However, this enzyme becomes impaired as you grow older, and also as you have high insulin levels. Now, who would have high insulin levels? Well, the majority of the population. And how would you know? Well, so of course you can get it tested, but if you have this 4 primary clinical condition, that is, if you're overweight, and 2/3 of the population is overweight, if you have diabetes, if you have high cholesterol, if you have high blood pressure, and that's probably 80% of the population that fall into one of those groups, then most likely you're going to have elevated insulin levels, and as a result, that elevation is going to impair the function of this delta-6 desaturase and your body's ability to make this essential conversion. So that's why I strongly believe that we all need some high-quality animal-based omega-3 fats. So what are your choices? Well, you can get them primarily from fish or seafoods. The challenge with fish, as you know, is that the oceans and most of the waterways of the world are contaminated with mercury. You know, the majority of the electricity in the United States is produced by coal plants. Puts out millions of tons of mercury that gets deposited, rains down, and eventually find its way into the ocean. So almost all seafood is contaminated with mercury and other things like dioxins and PCBs and PDEs, these industrial pollutants that can bioaccumulate in the fish. The bigger the fish, the more likely it is to be contaminated. So that's why having a regular source of seafood or fish is probably not a great idea unless you're doing some really active detoxification to get rid of those metals and pollutants. So that leaves really some supplemental form of omega-3 fats. And there's 2 broad categories. One would be a fish oil, and the other is krill. And fish has been the traditional one, and clearly the 99% of people use fish oil as their omega-3 fats, and that's good. You just have to be really careful of the supplier. However, I think there's emerging and increasing evidence to support that krill oil is actually a superior form of high-quality animal-3 omega fats to fish oil. The krill is superior, and let me tell you the reasons why. There's a number of them. One is the sustainability issue. There is not enough fish in the world to supply the population of the earth with animal-based omega-3 fats. So it just isn't. You add the numbers up, it just doesn't. Krill, however, can do it. It actually is the largest biomass in the world. It is absolutely huge. There is no other species of animals that exceeds krill. They're in massive quantities. And importantly, the harvesting of krill is carefully regulated by the World Wildlife Foundation, by Camelar, and they actually harvest only a very small fraction, just a few percent every year. And this, the projections are this can go on for centuries before any damage is done to the population. So it's highly sustainable. But from a biochemical perspective, there's a number of different reasons that make it, in my view, superior. One is that it's attached to a phosphate, so it's a phospholipid. Because of this, the absorption is massively increased, and the penetration into important tissues like your brain is improved. So for neurological conditions, it's far superior. So the end result of that is two primary benefits to you, is that you need far less. So rather than taking 1, 2, 3, 5 grams of fish oil, you can get by with just 1 gram of krill because the absorption is so much higher. And because you're absorbing it directly into your bloodstream, it's not fermenting into your gut, and you don't get this belching and burping that many people do when they consume fish oil. So that's a benefit. Now, additionally, as I mentioned earlier, these fats are highly perishable, that they can actually be damaged by exposure to air. So krill, not fish, but krill has a very important antioxidant called astaxanthin that actually prevents this from happening. So those are the primary benefits. Now, if you've made the decision that krill is a superior form of omega-3 supplementation for you and your family, then of course the question becomes, well, which brand do you choose? Well, we have actually done our due diligence on this for many years, and we've identified some of the highest quality producers of the material, and we've also specified very specific formulas in our preparations that I think make it better than any krill on the market. One is this astaxanthin, this antioxidant I was mentioning. Our product has the highest concentration of astaxanthin of any krill product on the market, bar none. So it gives you the highest antioxidant potential. And then additionally, to keep the krill oil protected, we include it, encapsulate it in a what's called a cap leak, and it's not a gel cap, and it's far superior. It's far more effective at eliminating the oxygen from attacking those perishable fats. So as a result, and it's more expensive to do this. It's considerably more expensive to create or package it this way. But we believe in qualities, and this is why we do it. And it's one of the few krill oils on the market. In fact, it may be one of the only ones that provides this form of encapsulation. So if you're going to get that, I would make sure that it's not in conventional gel cap like you would see with a typical vitamin E capsule. I know it's a lot of information, but you can listen to this again because it is an area of significant confusion for many of the people that I've discussed this with. And hopefully this information will give you the material, the information, the facts that you need so that you can make an intelligent choice for you and your family to get the highest quality form of omega-3 fats so that you can achieve all the benefits they have by supplying you with this important nutrient.